Dear colleagues, dear distinguished guests, dear Jean-Marie Lehn, it is both a profound honor and a personal joy to deliver this laudation for Professor Jean-Marie Lehn, recipient of the Primo Levi Award 2025. As the president of the German Chemical Society, I can think of no one more deserving of this prestigious recognition. As we have already heard, the Primo Levi Award recognizes outstanding achievements of chemists and scientists from neighboring fields in the service of humanity, in upholding human rights, and for advancing the dialogue between chemistry and society. To illustrate how much Jean-Marie Lehn is deserving this award, let us take a deeper look at our awardee's life and achievements. Jean-Marie Lehn is a European in the deepest sense. Born in Rossheim in Alsace in 1939 and raised with German as a second language as a cultural bonus, but also as the compulsory first language of his childhood schooling, he has internalized the conclusion that Europe has no other choice but becoming a unified entity. For us as scientists, this may sound like a trivial piece of wisdom nowadays, but as we all know, other ideas are also emerging at present. As far as Jean-Marie Lehn is concerned, he has lived a life that embodies the very essence of the European scientific cooperation. His geographical and intellectual journey, from living in a historically contested region to becoming a global scientific leader, mirrors the transformation of European science from division to unity. Very logically, he was therefore a motor of the foundation of a European Journal of Chemistry, the original name, as he recognized that the many national chemistry journals in Europe could not compete with the top American ones. Moreover, Jean-Marie Lehn is a master in looking beyond the boundaries of his field. Intellectual pursuits and culture to him serve only one, rather philosophical purpose, to merge into a single unit. Jean-Marie Lehn is an enthusiastic and talented player of the organ and the piano. And indeed, Jean-Marie also stated once that he considers chemical compositions a form of music. As a great fan of the oeuvre of Wagner and Strauss, this also includes the awareness of both consonances and dissonances. For him, cluster chords and free modulation between chromatically altered tonalities belong both to music and chemistry and life. Those who know Jean-Marie Lehn well are aware of his unlimited creativity, his sharp mind, and tireless productivity. It came to my knowledge that about 30 years ago, he even developed a board game, Moleco, to make the chemistry of molecules accessible to a wider audience in a playful way. And his outreach to the public was additionally honored in an Alsatian version of a popular picture book, Tintin, in German Tim und Struppi, in which Jean-Marie Lehn appears in his role as a professor, clearly demonstrating that he also reached a segment of the population beyond the scientific community. Within the scientific world, Jean-Marie Lehn's groundbreaking research he performed mainly in Strasbourg, but also in Harvard and Paris, has opened many avenues, from drug design to material science, from nanotechnology to sustainable development. And nanotechnology is our personal link, as Jean-Marie Lehn has been one of the founding fathers of my own institute, the Institute of Nanotechnology at Karlsruhe Institute of Technology. His work has shown us that chemistry is indeed the central science, the problem solver for humanity's greatest challenges. He transformed chemistry from the art of making bonds towards self-organization and adaptation. This way, he initialized an entirely new way of thinking about the interaction of atoms in the fashion of a supramolecular chemistry, the chemistry beyond the molecule. Together with Donald Crum and Charles Peterson, Jean-Marie Lehn revolutionized our outstanding understanding of molecular recognition. This allowed him to earn the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1987 as the highlight of the innumerable recognitions of his scientific merits, which also included the German-French Gay-Lussac Humboldt Award, the Lavoisier Medal, the Medal of the Société Française de Chimie, the Ceranès Gold Medal, the Gold Medal of the Pontifical Academy of Sciences, the Davy Medal of the Royal Society, and more than 20 honorary doctorates, to name but a few. We like to emphasize that Jean-Marie Lehn has been not just a member of the German Chemical Society, GTCH, for many years, but a true pillar of our community. His unwavering commitment to our chemical society has been exemplified through countless contributions, most notably as one of the first supporters of our meanwhile new division of supramolecular chemistry. He recognized early on that this emerging field needs a home, a community, and masters, and he gave it all three. However, what truly sets Jean-Marie apart and underscores his worthiness of the Primo Levi Prize is his personal qualities, in particular his extraordinary openness and generosity, and his deep belief that science transcends borders, politics, and divisions. In the post-Cold War era, when Europe was still healing from decades of separation, Jean-Marie became a bridge builder. Through his leadership as the president of the International Organization for Chemical Sciences and Development from 1992 to 2021, hence for 29 years, he has extended the vision globally, particularly to developing nations. His credo, I'm quoting, "Science is a vector of peace, development, and progress. It is universal, it should be shared universally," resonates deeply with Primo Levi's philosophy that scientific facts and human values are inextricably linked. As I already alluded to, his vision gave birth to Chemistry Europe and its flagship publication, Chemistry, a European Journal, in 1995. Without his initiative and diplomatic skills, this joint European publishing endeavor might have remained just a dream. And since 2017, Jean-Marie Lehn has served as the patron of the Prix Faucheur Jean-Marie Lehn, which is awarded every year by the French Embassy in Berlin and the Franco-German University to a Franco-German tandem for outstanding cooperation in the fields of chemistry, health, and of pharmacology. Jean-Marie Lehn has exemplified that excellence in science goes hand in hand with ethical responsibilities. He has demonstrated that groundbreaking research can and should coexist with human compassion, and that the pursuit of knowledge must always serve humanity. His legacy is not just in the molecules and supramolecular assemblies he has designed and the concepts he has introduced, but in the countless scientists he has inspired and the collaborative spirit he has fostered across our continent and beyond. The German Chemical Society is proud to join our colleagues from the Società Chimica Italiana and the Centro Internazionale di Studi Primo Levi in honoring Jean-Marie Lehn today. The awarding of the Karl Ziegler Prize by the GDCH in 1989 and the Giulio Natta Gold Medal by the SCI in 2023 are a testament to the high regard in which our societies hold today's awardees' achievements. Today's award crowns a lifetime dedicated to science as a force for unity and progress. Dear Jean-Marie Lehn, you have taught us that chemistry is not just about molecules, it's about connections. What holds for bonds between atoms or interactions between molecules also applies to bonds between people, disciplines, and nations. You have shown us that science at its best is music and a universal language that speaks to our common humanity. On behalf of the German Chemical Society and the entire chemical community, I congratulate you on this well-deserved honor. May your example continue to inspire generations of scientists to see beyond the laboratory bench to the broader horizon of human progress and international cooperation. Thank you, Jean-Marie Lehn, for being not just a brilliant scientist, but a true ambassador for science and humanity. Congratulations.